Hello. So, about that set of red flags that we will be exploring to help you identify the presence of autism spectrum disorder in early infants. We're going to go over the general quality of one-to-one interactions, then imitation skills, then emotional, the ability to tell, identify emotions, and of course to express, and so on. As far as children who exhibit healthy emotion styles, you have adequate understanding of the timing of interactions. For example, when to jump into conversation, or when to do your part in the game, where you have to take a turn and act upon timing on top of deciding what to do. You also have a healthy ability to start self-regulating depending on what society expects from you via explicit or implicit rules. If you're looking at the infant, by 2 to 6 months, you should be seeing that the baby is babbling to do two things. One is participate in a visibly already timely coordinated way with caregivers or mom or dad, and that he's using also the vocal babbling to attract others and entice them into interacting. So you should see that between the ages of 2 to 6 months. Imitation skills. We know they are delayed in children diagnosed in the spectrum, significantly impaired in terms of gross motor, fine, facial, motor development. The importance of imitation skills is at the beginning, they help you establish the idea that you're connected to other people and that you can work in concert with others because you're doing the same thing. So it builds a sense of connectedness. Later on, it becomes a tool to learn things like language and become able to participate socially and understand and use culture, for example, because you're able to imitate. So important to look at development of imitation, and these resources are a good start if you want to start understanding how these things weave together. As far as emotional discrimination, or the ability to understand emotions, process and understand them, we know that in children diagnosed with ASD, there's evidence of an inability to tell what people are feeling as opposed to what they're saying, or they may be able to hypothesize what the person is thinking based on what they're doing, but not necessarily what they're feeling, or that may be much harder. And that comes from difficulties with facial recognition and reciprocity, which comes from difficulties with imitation, where it's what happens is, instead of focusing on faces, babies and early infants start focusing on anything else they can select on, like the color of the shirt you're wearing, or if you're wearing glasses. These things can lead away, or gradually lead away from the true meaning of language by associating with incorrect stimuli, and then that cascades into a language disorder, as we most of us that have worked with individuals with autism could tell. These all have to be measured in the context where you're looking at the whole picture, and we did mention some about that in some of our first posts. But do make sure you interview as many people as possible and do as many observations as possible to see how all of these manifest in the child that you're trying to assess whether or not they have autism or autism spectrum disorder. Any advice you want to add or corrections, please put them in the comments. They are very welcome and useful. And see you on the next time.